Hello and welcome back to Bits and Bobs. Now today's video, tons of coins here to unbox as an emergency unboxing. Usually I do videos every Tuesday, and I'll continue to do so, where I unbox all the coins that I've bought this week. But I've bought too many coins this week, so I had to do an emergency unboxing today, as we've got videos on Tuesday with more coins. I've just purchased so much, I've got to take a space in the week to showcase some purchases rather than the usual Tuesday slot. So, look at the beauties. Let's go. A bit of a coin hunt here. These are all from the same place, as you can see. And for once, I don't have to remember to tell you the prices, something I always forget, as they are annotated here. So, 1894 shilling to begin. A lovely design. I guess I'm going to take them out of these things at some point anyway. I'm going to leave them in for now, so I will bear with it for filming purposes through the thing. 1894 though, a year I did not have. Now at the end of this video, I'll add these all to my date runs, upgrades and new dates. They are all for the collection. So I've got the trays to my side. I'll put them in there afterwards. So that's the first one, the 1894 shilling, a new date. We then have this 1922 half crown, which is an upgrade, and I'm going to take it out. Got to hold these coins. Look at that though, beautiful coin. Now I did pay, as you can see, where is it? £9. So usually for these you want to pay about £6 because that's the melt value currently, about that. I paid a few pounds above melt for this coin because look at the condition. Definitely will be an upgrade for my collection, and then the one in my collection can just go with my 50% coins. So a very nice purchase, I do say so myself. Giving you a bit of a spoiler alert there. Let's neaten those up. Stop peeping what was coming up. Here we have an 1853 farthing. I think I'm just going to get it out again, to be honest. This one was £4, and again is a new date for my collection. I think £4 is a very good deal for that. I mean, beautiful coin, really, isn't it? It's just a nice, cute little farthing of Victoria, 1853. So, I think that's about 1 million mintage. Mintage is there on the screen for you. A bit of a rarer year, I believe. Lovely condition, bit of a rarer year, nice coin, and for a few pounds, who could say no? Here we have, what's this, 1844 shilling. Aha, so another new date, £7 for this one. Now, some people will say, idiot, don't buy coins in this condition. I say, I know what you mean, and collecting the higher grade as possible coins is definitely a good way to collect, but I think this is still a nice coin. I think to be, just passed over and neglected, because it has still got all the same history as every other 1844 shilling, perhaps more so because of the wear. And obviously at some point in the years to come, an upgrade will be sought after for my collection, but for now, 1844 shilling, beauty in the collection. Very nice indeed. Right, what's next? 1902 near fine sixpence in £5, costing £5. We'll get this one out as well. Yeah, I did show the price, that was £5. This is Edward VII, a favourite monarch of many, and I must agree, a lovely portrait. And we have there the classical design of sixpence with the crown, the wreath and the date below. Again, quite a worn coin, but no dirt. 1902 is a new date for the collection. All of these coins and mintages will be on screen for you to see there, if there's any rarer years and such things. But there we go, a year I did not have, and at the end of the video, so stay tuned, we'll add these all into the collection. Ooh, £28, what could that be? Look at that, that's a lovely coin. 1819 crown, what a beauty. Everyone loves a sterling silver crown. And I must say, this is a very nice one indeed. We'll get it out of here, because part of these coins, and these coins, but especially these coins, is the sort of, and I can't show you this through the video, but the tactile element of such a coin, just the feel of silver, the weight of silver and the size of that is truly part of the coin, I must say. But that is a beauty. This is a date I do have, but not in this condition, I believe. So I think this is an upgrade in terms of condition. And it's not perfect by any means, but a grade that I enjoy. Like I say, you don't always have to get ones in slabs that are pristine and cost you thousands of pounds. Ones like this, you can enjoy. Beautiful coin, one that will hopefully, I believe, on comparison, be an upgrade for the collection. 1840 farthing here for £4. I did show you, I think. Did we see it? Yeah. £28 for that crown. Any crown really under £30 that's sterling isn't too bad. £4 for this 1840 farthing. I like these coins. They look a bit like chocolate coins, to be fair, with the colour. I mean, like if you took a gold foil off and, you know, ate that, then doesn't look too dissimilar. A bit small, you'd be a bit scammed if your chocolate coins are that size. Usually we have chocolate coins more along that size. Anyway, this is real, I promise, or at least I hope so. It is 1840, Victorian coin, a new date for my farthing date run to be added in shortly, as is this, 1826, only £3. So you can have 200 years of history, Georgian coin here, for less than a meal deal, or just for a few quid. 1826, there we can see George IV's second portrait, and a lovely coin. A bit of corrosion, a bit, not as high grade as some of the other farthings we've seen, but still a lovely coin and a nice new date for the collection. 1872, in fair condition, again a shilling, £8 for this one. It is satisfying getting out there, I must say. This is Young Head Victoria once again, a classic image on coinage. I mean, that is just, that's synonymous with a lot of coins. 1872, I'm sure you've guessed, is a date I don't have. What is the die number? 106, is that? Hello? Yeah, I think so. Doesn't really, I mean, I'm not too fazed by die numbers. Some people collect them. 1872, shilling. Beautiful coin. And again, one for the date run. Right, we're getting low on the stack now. 1828 for £4, fine condition. So this is again a farthing. That is a lovely, nicer condition one than the 1826 we just had. George IV once again. I mean, there's nothing more to say. It's just a beautiful coin that I'm very happy to have purchased. And we'll be going into the date run shortly. The final coin in the flip is this 1817 half crown. I don't know why I bought this, I must say. So £18 isn't a brilliant deal. It's not a terrible price. We'll see if it's an upgrade. Got a bit of rainbow toning, which is quite cool. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think I just sort of whacked this onto the end of the order, just for a bit of, took me fancy at the time. But we'll see. It could be an upgrade. Could be, it's not a new date, I don't think. But anyway, a nice coin nonetheless. Now, before we chuck all that into the date run, there is one more thing to show you, which is just, as you've seen hiding off here, it is this, Henry VIII. Let's try and get a focus on that. This is the Henry VIII bunk pack. Now, as I show you it, I will explain to you how rare this coin is. Go on eBay, try and buy it. You won't for £30 or less. What I mean by that is, this is about a £30 bunk pack. So one of the rarer and more desirable bunk packs. Very, very nice. Very interesting, actually. I read all of this down in Salisbury while I was there. Everyone knows with a good bunk pack, you have lots of good information. I read this all and have enjoyed learning about how Henry VIII is the father of the Royal Navy. I didn't really realise that, to be fair. But look, there's the coin. Let's zoom in. 2009, Ian Rank Broadley portrait. And look at that. It is a lovely, lovely design. It is a great £5 coin. I mean, that is a beauty, is it not? HR, so Henry Rex, his initials, a very famous portrait, well, taken from the actual portrait on the coin there. A real stunner of a £5 coin. And like I say, usually such a piece would cost around £30. I found this in the antique shop. It wasn't priced up and just said, how much for this? And the guy had a little look at it. Didn't really know what it was, I don't think, and just said, £5. So he got my £5 note and I was out of there. So that is a new £5 coin for the collection and one at a great price. Let me pause now and we'll get back to you with the date runs to add these coins in and I can finally stop rambling. We're going to go in denomination order, beginning with the lowest denominations, these farthings. So if we got 1853, where is that? There's 1853. So out with the bit of card, and there we go. That's one new one for the date run. We got 1828, which is up right there at the top. So out with the card once again. It's a great feeling for those who do date runs, you'll know it. Removing a gap and adding in the coin to the run. That is another Victoria, 1840. Handily on screen once again. Right in front of me, there we go. And these are all very nice condition coins, I must say. And then finally, apart from this is a bit of the worst one, but it's not that bad. 1826. Uh-oh. Mistakes have been made, guys. That is an 1826. But it is an upgrade. This one's a bit corroded. I don't like that one as much as this one. I think that was when I was going on about how cheap it was, only £3, so not too bad. There we go, £3 for an upgrade and 3 new dates as well. Right, here's the 6p tray 2 of 2, filling up very nicely indeed, and we've got one more date to tick off today, 1902, as we can see there. If I can get it out, use that as a... Come on, there we go. Out with that, and there we go, the 1902 6p of Edward, filling in yet another gap in this tray. Here we have the shilling tray, 1 of 2, as we can see, quite nicely filling up, and some good progress to be made today. We have, zoom in, 1844, which is just over there. So out with the bit of card and in with a lovely shilling. We have 1872, which is just there. Out with the card and in with the shilling. And we have, where is it, just down here, 1894, out with the card and in with the shilling. Very nice. Right, almost there. Here's the half crowns. We've got firstly this. Oh yeah, let's see. This is this 1817 half crown. What's mine about? I've got 2. Brilliant. So now I've got 3. Right, because of course there is 2 designs. That one is better than the one I've just bought, I think. So I'm going to leave my original 2 in there of the 2 designs. And yeah, there we go, a random half crown. And then we've got the 1922, and there's not as much in it as I thought with my 1922, but definitely an upgrade to the left. Yeah, so a nice upgrade there for the 22, and then that one's now just a 50% coin. Right, here's the crown tray. What year is that? Is that 18? Ah, no, I don't think it's an upgrade. That is a lovely one. Of 1819. This one isn't quite as good, but for £28, and this is the rarest year, I believe, of George III crowns. So not a bad purchase for £28, but not an upgrade for the tray. There we go. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully the video wasn't too long. Hopefully you have enjoyed. Comment down below your favourite coin I purchased for this emergency unboxing. And as always, please do leave a like, subscribe, all the good stuff, and we'll see you next time on Bits and Bobs.